Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. I am MINIGAMES, and today has just been all about EA and Madden. I mean, my goodness, that franchise trailer, it showed so much, and the relocation teams, them uniforms. Come on now, Madden doing it big with the uniforms this year. They look incredible. Oh my goodness. And this one we got Madden 24 franchise mode, full reveal with gameplay. Now this one's a little bit of a longer one than the actual trailer, which was only like 3 minutes, but they went by it fast. This is a 16-minute video, so hopefully he'll talk about some things that maybe we missed in the trailer and some more info with the beta. I know the beta has closed. I saw on Twitter today, I posted that, I think it was yesterday, last night before, something like that. Me personally, I did not get to play the beta, but I can't wait to see what people think about this game. This is the year of Madden right here. This is the year of Madden. I'm telling you guys, the year of video game, year of Madden. But before I hop into his reaction, I need you guys to like this video right now. If you want more reactions to any Madden content or any Maximum Football, whatever, you want more content, if you want more reactions to different type of content, all you gotta do is like this video right now. Without further ado, is jump right into it.
Let's reveal the deep dive on franchise mode for Madden 24. They dropped a whole new trailer and a bunch of information on their site. So I'm going to go over all the information with the trailer playing in the background so you can see what franchise mode is looking like for the new game. And if you don't want to miss out on all the other Madden 24 news, especially the early gameplay I'm going to have for you guys.
Especially that's right. They showed the mini games
when they drop. So let's
the kickers matter too.
Return of training camp. It says here at the beginning of each season, training camp will give you the opportunity to improve your roster by running some of your players through a series of mini games. In Madden NFL 24 beta, we included every mini game in training camp, knowing we would optimize the list based on player feedback and sentiment we received. The reasoning behind this was to ensure that training camp remained a fun and worthwhile experience, but also was something that didn't take.
This is gonna be so much fun, especially if you can crossplay with your friends. Oh my goodness!
And here you can see them.
If you can crossplay with your friends in mini games,
major mini games for each position group. There are some
Madden got it. They got it
on the home screen. But
please add that if they ain't got it.
Variations of these drills, so
that's gonna be fun.
Completely different, but something just a little bit harder. Continuing on, it says inside training camp, the process is simple. First, choose your mini game. Mini games are available for every position on your roster, with the exception of the offensive line, and the mini game selected will determine which players on your roster are eligible to play. From there, you can choose any eligible player, but choose wisely, as each mini game can only be completed once, and a player is only allowed to complete one mini game in training camp. Once inside the mini game, your success dictates your gains as you vie for a bronze, silver, or gold medal, with varying awards based on which each medal you achieve. The rewards can come in all different forms, including skill points, which will allow you to upgrade your player. You're not obligated to participate in training camp if you only want to play a few or none of the mini games. The unplayed will be
so you don't have to play if you don't want to. Okay, that's a good one.
In the same fashion that is done for the CPU.
It's gonna be a grind year in Madden. I can already see it right now.
In addition to training camp, mini games have also been implemented into the weekly strategy loop. Each week, after selecting your offensive and defensive game plans, each of your focus players, except offensive line, will have an opportunity to play through one mini game. All 26 mini games will be available, but each focus player will be limited to playing the mini games they are eligible for. Also, because there is a weekly task,
that's gonna be very interesting.
In training camp, and it essentially is used as a modifier for that player's bonus focus XP. They also added a very important dev note here that says mini games and franchise will play a bit different than mini games in the front end. This is because in franchise, players will use their true ratings with a few exceptions. We've adjusted.
That's gonna be awesome.
So basically, when you play mini games outside of franchise mode, you're playing them just at the home screen of the game. Everybody kind of has even ratings to make it balanced. But inside franchise mode, because the whole point is to upgrade players, you're gonna use your actual ratings, which will make the mini games a little bit harder.
Oh my goodness, that's gonna be so good.
Moving on to trades. Following the barrage of blockbuster
I can't wait to see videos on it.
We knew that our trade system required a much needed overhaul. Quite Quite simply, our previous system just flat out couldn't replicate the trades NFL teams were making, and in Madden NFL 24, we made a number of improvements to allow for more fun, more flexibility, and more realism with trades. Additional trade slots. The amount of trade slots in Madden 24 has doubled from 3 to 6, and expanding these slots, we wanted to maintain a balance between realism and the fun of stepping into a GM's shoes, and the unfortunate reality is that the vast majority of NFL trades include 1 and sometimes 2 players, but very rarely more. However, the fortunate reality is that Madden is a video game, and sometimes being ultra realistic isn't necessarily as fun, so the amount of players you can add to a trade package will remain at 3, while the maximum number of picks you will be able to offer will be all 6 slots. Extra draft picks. Being able to include up to 6 draft picks in a trade meant we also needed to provide you with some additional capital to be able to pull off these blockbuster trades. We've added an additional year of draft picks, so you'll now be able to trade 4 draft picks from the current year, the following year, and 2 years out. Trade tuning. There are endless numbers of factors that go into how trades.
I'm not really into this too much, but I know a lot of people are going to really enjoy this.
Pass over our trade tuning heading into Madden 24. Throughout the cycle, we uncovered a number of issues that were causing problems and inconsistencies with how players were being valued, and have made many improvements that should result in players of all types being valued more consistently. In addition, with the extra year of draft picks, an additional pass on the value of draft picks needed to be done. While in the draft, we tried to replicate the infamous draft pick charts that you see and hear about coaches and GMs using so often. Get offers. In Madden NFL 23, we added the ability to get generated offers for your players and opposing players, as we've made several improvements to its functionality in Madden 24. All the trade tuning mentioned above also applies to the get offers functionality, and we also identified and fixed an issue from last year where occasionally there would be offers populated that would not be accepted when attempting via mutual trades. When you get offers for a player, whether he's on your team or another team, there will be a counter offer button when highlighting a potential package. Using this button will return you to the manual trade with the trade slots already filled with the assets from the package. That's interesting. Tools and settings. Each user and league can be widely different when it comes to how they view and want to play a franchise. For this reason, we understand that it's vital to continue to add tools to the franchise mode sandbox that allow users to customize and adjust their experience to their wants and needs as much as possible. In Madden 24, we've added a number of new commissions.
I ain't gonna lie, I was in these menus a lot, watching YouTube videos about how to get certain things.
To customize your league more than ever.
It was a grind.
Reordering. There is now an on-off option for the reordering of the depth chart. With this setting on,
let's go, baby!
To accommodate new acquisitions and slot them in accordingly. With this setting off, it will be up to you to reorder.
My goodness, this is huge, guys. I don't think you understand how huge this is.
And I know this is a big one that people have been dying for. They thought this was a bug for many years, but actually it was just.
I thought it was a bug too. I thought it was something wrong with me.
The last couple of cycles to make our generated draft classes more unique and more fun, but outside of hand editing the classes, there hasn't been an easy way to customize and adjust classes until now. Under League Settings tab in Franchise, you'll find an Edit Draft Class Strength. From here, you'll be able to edit the strength of each position with the options that include very weak, weak, normal, strong, and very strong. Each setting will adjust the likelihood of certain types of prospects generating, so on very strong, there will be more top tier prospects, and the chance of seeing a generational is 10 times higher than on normal. On very weak, the opposite is true, where generationals won't even have a chance to appear, and other top tiers will have an extremely low chance. They also added a dev note here that said for these settings to take effect, they will need to be set prior to the current season's draft being generated, which takes place in regular season week 1. If changed after the class is generated, they will take effect in the following season. Offensive and defensive play call settings. Previously, cooldowns and play call limits were universal setting that applied to both offensive and defensive sides of the ball. This year, commissioners will have the ability to apply these limits to offense and defense independently, which is another really great change. Fantasy draft order. Previously, the fantasy draft could only be played in a standard order, going from picks 1 to 32 each round. This year's commissioners can choose this or a snake draft, which reverses the order each round. Free agent motivations impact. The impact of motivations on player signing can now be adjusted or turned off. Raising the impact makes it easier to sign interested players, but more difficult to sign players with lower interest. Lowering the impact makes it easier to sign players with low interest, but reduces the effects of a player having high interest, making them more difficult to sign than they would have been. Trade difficulty. Trade difficulty can now be set with easy/very easy, which reduces the value value needed for a trade to be completed, or you can go with hard or very hard, which will
I'm not gonna lie to you. I know I said I don't normally trade, but I have traded a couple players and it's been tough.
For home field advantage when playing games, allowing home field advantage effects to be turned off. Tuning this toggle will
You can turn that off now?
as all the
I know a lot of people complained about that. That looked fun to me.
Some people like the momentum stuff, but there's a lot of people that really hate it.
Yeah, I heard a lot of people that did not like it.
Regression sliders. There are now age-based progression sliders in addition to position-based ones. Players will progress at the rate based on the average of their age and position settings. Regression sliders have been added for both age and position, and a player's rate of regression will now be based on the average of their age and position. So you can have running backs that regress early, which is more typical in real life, and QBs that regress later, which is more typical of real life as well.
I like that change.
With restriction-free music and sound effects that you can use.
All I'm hearing is wins with this.
Free agency negotiations per stage. Commissioners can now set the number of free agents a team can negotiate with during each stage of free agency. Each stage can be set to 1, 3, 5, 10, or unlimited. Draft timer. The draft timer will now have an option to be on or off. When on, it will function as normal, and while off, picks will not advance until they're made by the CPU or user. In addition, we've added the ability for co-commissioners to advance the draft.
I love it. I love it.
If you're commissioner and whoever is on the
They got a draft timer. I ain't gonna lie, I turned that off.
Really big one here in my opinion.
I definitely would turn that off.
Asking yourself, what is a draft generator? It's a loaded term, but the short answer is they're the heart of every draft within franchise mode. Each prospect you see while scouting and scouting the draft board is the result of a draft.
So is that what it's gonna look like when you draft your players now? Is that like the new? I did see that in the trailer. I wonder, is that the new thing instead of the stage in the back and stuff? I like this better. I hope this is what it will show in game.
In Madden 23, we introduced some of the best prospects to ever appear in Madden via our generational prospect generators. Heading into Madden 24, we wanted to continue to provide users with the ability to find these gems and cover the gaps that they were unable to fill in Madden 23.
The next thing is to have the official draft in Madden.
Every single position with new generational prospects across the offensive line.
That would be epic.
Fullback, tight end,
like the actual like showing them going up stage and stuff.
Come into the league
that would be beautiful
with the highest possible dev trait for their position. 99 club prospects. Again, building off the foundation of what we introduced in Madden 23, there will be more 99 club prospects this year that will enter the league elite in a specific area of their game. Be on the lookout for new running back prospects with top end break tackle and injury, wide receivers with 99 juke move, guards with 99 impact block, or even the perfectly hydrated hitting machine at linebacker with 99 hit power. Utility prospects. In reading feedback regarding the types of prospects that you wanted to see, there was a common theme amongst wanting more out of position type generators, as well as prospects that were more multi-dimensional than we currently offered. Based on the feedback, we added a number of generators this year that go well beyond their assigned position. We have a couple of QB generators that will come in with receiver attributes and can be moved to wide receiver or tight end. Some other exciting generators we've added include a cornerback generator based around being a former wide receiver, as well as a massive defensive tackle that also possesses some ball carrier skills. Injury prone prospects. The age-old saying is the best ability is availability, and that's something you'll have to strongly consider this year, as we've included some elite prospects with
you can apply that to life, sports, no matter what.
Scouting and drafting, as you'll have to seriously question whether to risk it all on an elite prospect who may spend most of their time watching from the sidelines. Other draft class updates. Adjusted the weight and frequency at which each archetype can generate at each position to more closely match real-life rosters. Previously, each archetype at each position would have virtually the same chance of being generated when a class was created. In Madden 24, we adjusted the weights of each archetype, so more rare builds like slot corners, scrambling quarterbacks, and deep threat receivers will generate less frequently. Tune the college selection for top-tier QBs to weight bigger schools more heavily and reduce the amount of top QB prospects that come from mid-major and lower-level schools.
I like that change.
Prospects to the default morale level to prevent.
Yeah, because I remember in like Madden 22, you would get like the lower-end schools, and they have the highest price prospect, and it's like, what?
People have been waiting.
That ain't right.
This year we wanted to revamp the
it could happen, but
franchise, making it more accessible.
Oh my goodness, look at the uniforms
that have been in the game for years. country. Relocation is no longer
Oh,
limited
God.
to owners. You can also relocate while playing as a coach. The process of relocation has changed, now allowing you to select your new city, team, branding,
Them
and
uniform,
stadium
especially, I ain't gonna lie, the
immediately after
purple one though.
relocate. Once you select your stadium,
The purple one might be one of my favorites. I like that
Your
one.
new city with your new team. You'll be able
Like
to
that
relocate
one.
again once the next season
I like
starts.
them
We've
all.
added 15
The green
new
pop,
cities
ain't gonna lie,
that
the
you can
green be
relocate to
popping.
for a total of 34 cities. The new
Look at
cities
Lamar
are,
with
here they
that.
are
I ain't
up on
gonna
the
lie,
screen.
that
You
go
can see a lot of them are
hard.
even out of the country, which probably isn't the most practical thing, but it's a video game, so who really cares? The way names and logos work has also been updated. Previously, each city had 3 name choices that were limited to that particular city. Name choices are no longer tied to the city, rather being available no matter where you move. The Oilers, however, remain exclusive to Houston. Uniforms have been entirely refreshed.
Ooh,
Previously,
that's
you
gonna
would
be
select a
awesome.
uniform set and only have access to that home and away uniform. Now, selecting a logo choice lets you access a unique home, away, and alternate uniform for that logo. This will allow 9 uniform combinations.
They got
per team.
alternate?
Salary cap management. Managing the salary cap has also been critically important to building a championship
Madden just
roster.
did it.
This year, we bring 2 more
Madden
pieces into the
just
fold:
fucking
contract
did it.
restructuring and 5th-year options. Keep
Oh
your young
my
talent within the
goodness
organization
gracious.
longer and open more opportunities for growth by leveraging these unique NFL contract dynamics. Contract restructuring. Contract restructuring allows a team to reduce a player's current
This
year
is a
salary, determining
lot.
that money as a bonus to the remaining years, including current of their contract. This act provides immediate salary cap relief, with the downside of having increased value of the remaining years of a player's contract. During the season, this may be used as a necessary step towards bringing in a free agent or making the money work when trying to acquire more talent through trades. In the offseason, this can be used to extend players on expiring deals or make high-profile signings in free agency that previously wouldn't be possible due to a team's cap situation. Not all players are eligible to have their contracts restructured. A player must have multiple years remaining on their contract and be making more than the league minimum salary. Players on rookie contracts cannot be restructured until they've completed their 3rd season in the league per NFL rules. 5th-year options. The 5th-year option is a mechanic available for all players selected in the first round of the NFL draft. The option gives a team a choice to include a 5th year to a rookie's contract.
Oh yeah, I did hear that they did add this.
Players at their position and whether they have made the Pro Bowl in their career to date. The 5th-year option must be either accepted or declined by the team after the player completes their 3rd season in the league and prior to the start of the 4th season. In previous Madden titles, you would have noticed the 5th-year option scenario that appeared in the offseason. This was an easy to miss surprise for most users and one that was unavailable to CPU-controlled teams. To fix this,
I
the
definitely
5th-year
did not
option
see
has been
it.
fully integrated into the
I don't
re-sign
remember
system
seeing
and the
it,
screens for users
but
and CPU alike.
it's because
Player
I just
value
skipped
and
through
logic
the
improvements. While we challenge every user to create and maintain the greatest dynasty the NFL
to the
has
regular
yet to
season.
see, the real competitor in almost all leagues are the CPU-controlled teams. For these teams, player value is the most important metric in their behavior. We have continued to refine these calculations this year with the focus on decision-making in regards to re-signing players. CPU teams will better identify key players and take more care in offering the perfect contract. Talent tree expansion. Head coaches, coordinators, and player personnel now feature 3 full talent trees. With new trees comes a new emphasis: choice. Most trees are now set up with A or B pathing, where once selected, you will no longer be able to purchase talents on the other side of the tree. These paths are geared towards a dynamic within a given playstyle or other themes to make every choice clear. Head coaches and player personnel can specialize between developing the offensive or defensive positions, whether it be training XP for coaches or signing likelihood for your player personnel department. Offensive and defensive coordinators have seen a complete overhaul with 12 new trees available each. The combination of these trees will create experts in different playstyles, which present a whole new approach to developing your staff to get the best out of your roster. With 2 playstyle trees and 1 single positional guru tree, it is more important than ever that the coordinators you choose to lead your players align with the game plan of your team. So you can now choose coordinators that specialize in receivers or quarterbacks, which is really cool. Other miscellaneous updates, ability slots.
Yeah, that
I talked
is
about
cool.
this in a previous video. Players can now get up to 4 abilities on the team outside of just the quarterback, so that's nice. Morale tuning and scouting UI improvement, which we don't really know what that means, but hopefully it just means the scouting system is a little bit better. And they also included this screenshot in the blog. It's Dan Campbell. His likeness is now finally in the
Holy
game. I know a lot
shit.
of people have been asking for that for the last year, so he is
Oh,
now
his
in the
likeness
game,
was
and
not in the
looks pretty
game?
solid.
My goodness gracious. That was a lot. I can't even remember all that. A lot of it was more in depth with the franchise mode. Like I said, I'm not really too much in depth with the franchise mode. I just get my team. Relocation team is my thing. Like I said, the uniforms look great. And he also, I ain't gonna lie, one key thing that he said that I absolutely love is that the automatic depth chart, you can turn that off. For years, I did something wrong when I was starting my franchise mode. for years. Like he said, a lot of people thought it was a bug. You finally get to turn that off. Bang. Right there, I ain't gonna lie to you, that might be one of the most underrated features in franchise mode. That right there is gonna sell a lot of people on playing franchise mode for Madden 24. Just that alone. You could throw everything else out. If you just added that, you got one. You got me. Like I said, this is a year of Madden. This is a year of gaming. It was a lot. It was a lot of good information. If you guys are really in the nit and gritty of franchise mode and been wanting better franchise mode, this is a year. This is your year right here. They're finally taking care of franchise mode. Finally. I cannot wait to see the relocation teams. People play their relocation teams, and you can have different uniforms. You can have alternate uniforms. They got alternate uniforms for the relocation teams. Madden, you already got me, man. You got me. Why you keep on adding on? Why you keep on buying me flowers every single day? You already got me. Okay, you ain't gotta buy me flowers every day. Maybe some days, you know what I mean? But that's gonna do it for me, guys. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this reaction. Love every single one of you guys. I'll see you guys in the next one.